professional bios, artist statements, pitch letters. Am I being too salesy? Are there too many big words?
How do I add?
Does anyone love doing creative messes? Do I need to do this? Don't worry, it's ChatGPT to the rescue. It can be your lifesaver if you let it. First up, we have the professional bio. I basically asked it for what I wanted. So let's take a look at the formula. The first thing I did is I said what I'm looking for. In this case, I was looking for a personal bio for my creative endeavors. And I also then told it where I would be using it. Things like I'll be using it on my website, in contest entries, social media, and things like that. Then I said, here are some facts, and I gave it 7 to 10 facts about me. My name, that I do photography, mixed media, and visual art. The topic of my artwork, which is always emotions, and that they should be embraced. And then I also put some other facts, like I actively volunteer for art organizations, and I have mad tech skills. And then I also told it to ask me anything it might need in order to produce a response. And then I hit enter, and then you sit back and you wait for the magic to happen, because it will. You'll get back a response that won't be perfect, but we can fix that, don't worry. So here's the response I got. And immediately, I don't have to read it very much. I just look at it. No, I don't like the emojis. And as I scan a couple of words, I know it's not really the right tone. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to do something, and that is, can you rewrite it? I'm going to move some of the sentences around, and I very clearly put that in here. And then take out the emojis, because I'm not a fan of them in my statements. And then I hit enter, and these are the results I got. The best thing about the results is ChatGPT has read thousands of creative bios, so it knows what works and what doesn't work. And it's not as attached to what's in it as I might be, so it produces a nice, clean set of copy for me to use on my sites that are going to sound right, sound better, and be more professional than what I could probably produce myself, because I'm just too attached to my own ideas and thoughts. And then, of course, I said thank you, because you know what? Politeness always pays, because polite is right. The next thing that I think is imperative for creatives to know when prompting is the idea of brainstorming and research. This saves me so much time. It is incredible. So the prompt that I'm going to do first is needing 15 ideas for titles for a series I'm working on. And that series is about trees. It will be a visual artwork with accompanying written pieces. And I also tell it I want to delve into the wonder and lore of trees in the series. And that prompt is pretty easy. It comes down to what I need. I need 15 titles for a series that I'm working on. The series is several works that are written in visual works about trees, and I want to delve into the wonder and lore of the tree series. We're close, but we're not quite there. So again, we're going to go ahead and do a take 2, and this time I said I need 15 more ideas, but make them shorter, more upbeat, and fun. So what I did is I started with an initial prompt that was fairly straightforward. It came back with results. I saw what it had, and now I know I want to add in these elements, and it produces just that, and it got me pretty darn close. I'm not going to use exactly these. You totally can feel free to do that. This is brainstorming for me, so in this pretend series that I'm doing on trees, I'm going to kind of mix and match and play around with the words, but I guarantee it will take me far less time than if I tried to brainstorm them out myself. Now we're going to stay on this tree topic. Next, I need to know the trees I'm going to go take pictures of and work into digital pieces and that I'm going to write about. So now, what do I need? Well, I need 15 trees with specific common names and scientific names, and a few facts about each and how the seasons affect them. I'm doing more than one thing at a time here. I'm multitasking. I want all the trees I can get, and I want to know something about them, so as I'm trying for titles for each of these pieces, or as I'm writing about them, I have the facts already stored in ChatGPT to be able to do everything I want it to do with that writing. I made a mistake here. As it happens, I totally forgot that I probably don't want trees that are only available in Asia, because I live in the Midwest of the United States, so I probably need trees that are available here. So now I'm going to correct this. All I'm going to say is, oops, I forgot that I added that I would like symbolic meaning, because that would be helpful later, and they need to be found in the Midwest. Sure enough, it started giving me a list and produced the whole entire list of 20 trees for me. And from there, we can turn this same chat message log into our social media planning. The prompt is, let's say I've finished making or creating each work for these trees. I need a social media post for each one individually with hashtags, no emoji, and roughly 50 words long. What I've done is I've asked ChatGPT to make the social media post for me. I don't have to come up with the words now, and that's kind of fabulous. All I have to do is have the piece of artwork done so that I can post it along with this, and then I just simply copy and paste it. But I don't really like the emojis, and I asked for no emojis. So, AI is not always perfect, but you can correct it. I said no emoji. That's all I needed to do here. So if you get a response back that you don't like, that's okay. Just tell it to remove, to change, or restate your instruction, and you'll get back what you're looking for. Now, what I've done is I've created one long text group or chat group about this fictional series on trees. So ChatGPT already knows all kinds of things about this series. So next up, I need an art statement. I'm going to give it a little bit of an idea what this group is about in my mind, and it's that the series is about the lore of trees through the seasons and how their meanings change over the seasons. I'm going to tell it what type of medium. They're all photographs with a written essay about my personal experience with trees over the course of the year. And then once I do that, it's going to come back with this. Oh, had to change. And this, oh, had to change. And finally, we arrive at canopy of leaves escaping the shadow. And it has written me a wonderful artistic statement about this group. Now, I will copy and paste this into Word, and I will probably wordsmith it myself some more. But this whole process took me about 10 minutes from start to finish, from the very first prompt about the trees till now. Where I had this artistic statement took me 10 to 15 minutes at most. And if that isn't a time saver, I don't know what is. So here we are. We've talked about, making an artist bio, which absolutely every website or every artist should have. Your social media should have. All of the places you put the things should have some type of bio. We've now talked about having a series or a group of work that you need to do some brainstorming on and some research with. And we've also created social media posts for them. And we created an artist statement with it. And now we're on to my favorite prompt of them all, the 52-week challenge. There's a lot of reasons to do a 52-week challenge. In this case, I want to increase my skill set when it comes to painting. So I asked it for 52 painting techniques that I could use to challenge myself on a weekly basis. A couple of things happened during this list. One, I saw words and terms I've never heard of before. So now I have areas that I can learn more. Here's one of the terms I had never heard of. Sgraffito. I had just never heard of this before. So in the very same chat box, I just asked for more information about it, and it gave it to me. And so now I've learned something. And I can incorporate it into my toolbox of things I will try when I'm painting. And actually, as it points out here other ways it can be used, I might try it in some of my other artwork too. And two, I have all these techniques that I can try to work on for a week to improve my skills. And I can potentially use that 52-week challenge as social media postings for the entire year. One of the challenges that we face as artists is knowing that when we put our artwork out into the world, it can be scraped now by bots. But what if we put things like this out instead, where people can see us working at our craft and showing off what we're doing and talking about the challenges we have? There's so much good that comes from that. And all we have to do is just do a 52-week challenge. Please let me know if you decide to do a 52-week challenge of any kind. I'd love to hear what your topic is. I think they're so much fun. So there you have it. This is some of the ways that ChatGPT can absolutely be your hero when it comes to the businessy side of art, the plotting and the planning. There's so many things it can help you with, and I definitely plan on putting out more videos like this, so if it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and if there's something you'd like to know whether or not ChatGPT can do for you, I'm always game to try. Until next time, happy creating.